This is 33 Thomas Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. A towering, windowless monolith, pitch black at night. A 20th century fortress, built to withstand a nuclear blast. A skyscraper to be inhabited by machines. Behind its walls lies a secret mass surveillance center. It's believed to be one of the NSA's most critical spy hubs on US soil. It's a key location for some of the agency's biggest operations. From here, the agency has been spying on the entire world. For decades, its true purpose was hidden, until two whistleblowers pulled back the curtain. We got up close to this mysterious structure and couldn't resist trying to sneak inside.
The security guard is still there. She has not moved.
This is the insane story of the NSA spy scraper. Parts of this video are based on investigative reporting by The Intercept. We highly recommend checking it out.
I am off the subway and I am now heading to the building. Oh, actually, I see it right now, and it is huge.
We wanted to know everything about this building, so we sent a friend to check it out.
Hi, I'm Sharik, and I am a filmmaker. Today, I am about to go check out 33 Thomas Street. So I am heading there now, and I'm taking you guys with me.
Sharik is probably on some list now, so show her some love in the comments.
Do you know what's in this building? I'm
No idea.
You don't? Okay.
You know, I've always thought about this building. There's no windows, there's only like vents. I don't know what it is. It's kind of strange. I have no clue.
Some people think it might be the NSA, and one of the biggest surveillance hubs.
Yeah, it probably is.
33 Thomas Street is unlike any other building in Manhattan. The skyscraper is located here, in the Tribeca area. It was built in 1969 and completed in 1974. While it's not as tall as many of the other towers around, it still stands out. The building is about 170 meters tall, with 29 floors above the ground, plus 3 underground levels. There's a strange beauty to its design, fascinating enough that it draws you in, yet so intimidating it makes you uncomfortable. When you stand before it, one thing immediately stands out. It is entirely windowless.
This building literally has no windows. It's very odd. Also, there's just really not a lot of people on this street, at all.
Peeking inside is almost impossible. On levels 10 and 29, there are several large openings, massive air vents that hint at what might be going on inside. 33 Thomas Street is often described as one of the most secure buildings in the US. The facade is sealed with flame-treated Swedish granite, a material known for its exceptional durability and resistance. In the event of a disaster, the building can operate entirely off-grid for 2 weeks. Almost 1 million liters of fuel are on hand to power backup generators. Food and water reserves are stocked to sustain 1,500 people. It's also equipped with its own wastewater systems and decontamination showers. If an atomic blast would hit New York City without destroying the building, the inside would be shielded from the nuclear fallout. 33 Thomas Street truly is a 20th century fortress. John Carl Warnock, the architect behind it, was best known for designing bold, unconventional buildings in the 60s and 70s. This is what his other buildings look like. The style is called brutalism, a design philosophy centered on raw materials, stark geometric shapes, and function. Brutalism emerged after World War II, driven by the need for affordable, practical structures. Warnock was also influenced by contextualism, an architectural theory focused on harmonizing buildings with their surroundings. 33 Thomas Street, however, doesn't blend in, it haunts. By day, it stands out. By night, it becomes a shadow, almost vanishing into the darkness.
So I came back at night and I wanted to see if this place was still as spooky as it is during the day. And it absolutely is.
But what was it actually built for? It's the late 1960s. As the world becomes more connected, the demand for efficient telecommunication is expanding rapidly. Most communication still runs through analog systems, but that technology is reaching its limit, especially for long-distance phone calls. There is a need for something new. Time to escape old physical boundaries and technological limitations. Kind of, like working remotely. Away from your machine while still being able to access it with no lag, even in poor Wi-Fi conditions. Transfer files, edit your videos in a nice cafe, watch a render fail in immeasurable frustration from a beach chair. With AnyDesk, you can access any device from anywhere. The connection is so fast, it feels like you're sitting right in front of the remote machine. And it works on every platform: Windows, macOS, Linux, even Apple TV, and many more. AnyDesk also has a range of industry-standard security features, things you might never think about, but that are essential. AnyDesk time to time anywhere. One of the country's largest telecommunications giants. The company has a special division called the Long Lines Department.
In any case, it's Long Lines that hooks all the local telephone companies into the national network.
Its infrastructure stretches across the entire country, connecting people from New York to Los Angeles. In order to meet the growing demand for long-distance phone calls, new data centers are needed to route calls from one place to another. As AT&T's network keeps growing, 33 Thomas Street is set to become one of the company's most important hubs in the US, capable of processing millions of phone calls per day. Over time, the building becomes part of the Long Lines Department, earning its other nickname, the Long Lines Building. In some of Warnick's original design documents, the building is simply referred to as Project X, a visionary monument with modern capabilities, with architecture that perfectly serves the needs of machines. And unlike humans, machines don't need windows, just powerful ventilation systems to handle the heat they generate and keep temperatures stable. 33 Thomas Street is packed with tech. These are some of the only publicly available photos taken inside the building. Racks filled with electronics, rooms packed with telephone equipment, massive rows of batteries, likely part of the backup power system.
From the 90s.
At the heart of it all, 3 enormous 4ESS switches. Each switch is made up of multiple individual machines. At the time, they are the largest high-capacity digital switches ever built, and the first system to route phone calls digitally.
Watch me go from meal plan panic to meal plan perfection. 5 reasons why Factor actually saves me money. Eating clean at home can be pricey, but Factor does my...
This is how they work. Imagine you live in New York and you want to call your niece in California. When you pick up the phone and dial her number, your local phone system routes the call to a central hub, in this case, 33 Thomas Street. Inside, your voice is digitized and passed through a switch that sends the calls to its destination. The 4ESS switching machines are smart. They automatically select the best path to route your call across the network, a major innovation back then. Now the backbone takes over. Microwave relay towers transmit the signal from one to the next, spaced roughly 30 miles apart. Your call hops from tower to tower until it reaches another hub, with the same type of switch in California. At the end of the line, your niece picks up, and just like that, you're connected. Over time, the relay towers vanished. Fiber optic cables took over, carrying much more capacity, but the need for central hubs remained. By the 1990s, an average of 175 million calls per day passed through 33 Thomas Street. With millions in and around New York City increasingly depending on uninterrupted communication, this facility had to be absolutely secure. The Long Lines building became the nerve center of communication in New York City. In fact, it became indispensable. September 17, 1991, the middle of the night. A power failure at 33 Thomas Street shuts down half the phone traffic. Calls in and out of New York go dead. Air traffic control also goes down at 3 major airports. Flights are thrown into chaos, some delayed by as much as 4 hours. The power failure was caused by a combination of technical and human error. 2 4ESS switches shut down completely. A third is partially affected. Of course, 33 Thomas Street is prepared for this, or at least it should be. But due to yet another technical failure, the backup generators don't kick in. As a result, over 5 million calls are blocked, and air traffic communication to nearly 400 airports is disrupted. On this day, 33 Thomas Street proves just how critical it is to the nation's telephone infrastructure. Sure would be nice to tap that. "9/11 changes the US forever. In response, the government doubles down on the war on terror. Within days, the Patriot Act passes, granting intelligence agencies broad powers to expand mass surveillance. The NSA's primary role is to gather foreign intelligence, but to do that, they need partners. It's 2003. This is Mark Klein, a technician at AT&T. His job is to maintain equipment at one of the company's internet and telephone hubs in San Francisco. One day he notices something strange on the floor below, a door with no handles. It just has a sign on it, 641A. The room sits directly below the 7th floor server room, where internet traffic from millions of people flows every day. Klein is curious. He wants to know what's behind that door. Eventually he comes across the building plans, and slowly he starts putting the pieces together. Room 641A is wired directly to the internet room upstairs. Klein discovers that it houses a device known as a splitter. A splitter copies internet traffic, the very data flowing through the servers above. Emails, phone calls, pictures, videos, the communications of millions, all duplicated and sent into room 641A.
That's crazy.
Mark Klein realizes
Just
he's
absorbing
uncovered
fucking
something
everything.
huge, but for now he stays silent. He's scared and unsure if anyone would even believe him. In 2005, news breaks. President George W. Bush has quietly authorized the NSA to spy on American citizens. This is the moment Mark Klein decides to go public. With the help of a digital rights group, he files a class action lawsuit against AT&T on behalf of everyone whose data was secretly monitored. But in 2008, the case gets dismissed. Congress passes the FISA Amendments Act, a law that retroactively legalizes the surveillance program and grants AT&T legal immunity. Still, Klein's actions leave a mark. He exposed Room 641A and revealed that AT&T was helping the US government spy on its own customers. And his revelations are just the beginning, the calm before a much greater storm. In 2013, a 29-year-old NSA analyst tells his supervisors he's taking a couple of weeks off. He says it's for epilepsy treatment. In reality, he boards a plane to Hong Kong. Here he will leak top-secret NSA files to the press and inform the public about sweeping privacy violations.
Former CIA employee and computer
The U.S. is on the hunt.
Top secret information about the
U.S.
NSA leaker Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden shares thousands of classified documents with journalists, highly sensitive material that offers a rare look inside the NSA surveillance machine. The Snowden files reveal something staggering. The NSA hasn't just been spying on US citizens, but also on politicians, allies, foreign governments, and even world leaders. A global scandal erupts, exposing the vast scope of the agency's mass surveillance program. Journalists around the world
Which
begin
people were
working
talking
together,
about for years
combing
before
through the
that.
documents and gradually releasing them to the public. Over the following years, pieces of the puzzle come together, one at a time. And in 2016, reporters at The Intercept go public with a shocking discovery. Intelligence agencies use codenames to conceal sensitive operations. In the
Got
leaked
fucking
NSA
bots
files,
in the
some of these
chat.
codenames appear again and again. One of them is Blarney,
Ayyy.
a surveillance program focused on intercepting foreign communications flowing into the US. Another program is called Fairview, a partnership between the NSA and a major unnamed US telecom operation. And then there's this, Titan Point. The leaked files identified Titan Point as a secret NSA surveillance site. Hidden in the heart of New York City, Titan Point appears to house highly specialized technology, including so-called foreign gateway switches, with Rimrock access. Rimrock is code for 4 ESS switches. And then there's Lithium. According to the files, Lithium is a partner responsible for supervising Titan Point. Earlier reporting had already revealed what Lithium really stands for, AT&T, the owner of 33 Thomas Street. Journalists at The Intercept start connecting the dots, and they conclude that Titan Point is a codename for the Long Lines building. Their investigation reveals that NSA has been using 33 Thomas Street as a major mass surveillance site. The building even shows up in a leaked travel guide meant for NSA agents. They're told to prepare cover stories for both family members and co-workers. Agents must also use a cover vehicle provided by the agency when visiting a site like 33 Thomas Street. According to the handbook, the NSA works closely with the FBI, which handles security at Titan Point. Conveniently, the FBI has offices right next to the skyscraper.
So here is 33 Thomas Street, and there is the FBI building.
The guide also describes how to enter the building. You literally just ring the buzzer.
This is an intercom here, and it's locked.
And I was told I could not, and I cannot take any videos from the front.
Sharik actually caught someone leaving the building.
Hi. Can I ask you a quick question just for 1 minute?
This is the first time I've ever been in this building. There's actually not supposed to be people in here. I just went inside and that was like the first thing I noticed. I was like, where's natural light? I don't, people may notice my voice, but I'll just say this much. I think there's only a few people in there and it was pretty much empty.
Probably just a random person, or an NSA agent with their cover story on lock. We will never know. But what exactly is the NSA doing here? According to The Intercept, there's a hidden room inside 33 Thomas Street, one that closely resembles room 641A. In the Snowden leaks, it's referred to as a Sensitive Compartmented Information Facility, or SCIF for short. This room enables the NSA to tap into virtually all communications passing through the building. First, there are the 4 ESS switches inside the building, the routers that process millions of phone calls each day. Then, if you look at the rooftop of the building, you'll see massive satellite dishes. It's the only location in New York City where AT&T holds an official license for satellite Earth stations.
Pretty good Dragon Souls.
Got safety protocols? Grainger has the safety pros to call. Shop our vast inventory of safety products at Grainger.com. Call, click, or just...
These dishes are likely part of Skid Row, a surveillance system designed to intercept internet data passing between satellites. They most likely capture video calls and video conferences. All intercepted data is funneled through an AT&T interface, then sent directly to NSA headquarters in Maryland. The NSA can then access it through a system called X-Key Score.
I can see who you talked to. I can see who your friends on Facebook are. I can see the text messages you sent. I can read the emails you wrote.
The NSA has developed its own search engine, a kind of Google for spies. X-Key Score lets NSA agents dig deep into anyone's life. Every bit of data captured from 33 Thomas Street and other hubs is at their fingertips, ready to be searched and analyzed.
Let's say I want to read John Key's email. I enter his email address, and it sends that search to every one of these sensor networks around the world. And they search their local database of metadata and content, the content of all communications that pass through these sites.
AT&T cooperated with the NSA in many instances. Internal documents even praise the company for its extreme willingness to help with NSA's missions. In 2003, a secret court order allowed AT&T to help the NSA wiretap all internet communications in the United Nations headquarters in New York.
The judges approved it. Must be legal.
To this day, AT&T never publicly acknowledged its cooperation with the NSA, or what happens inside 33 Thomas Street.
I'm still very curious what it will be like to go close, but the security guard is still there. She has not moved at all.
We reached out to AT&T for comment, but received no response. A 2018 report by The Intercept suggests that there are at least 8 other sites across the US, operated by AT&T, that the NSA may be using for surveillance. Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Washington, D.C., they all look alike. Strange, windowless buildings. Architecture, not meant for people, but for machines. Machines hungry for the data of millions. To us, 33 Thomas Street, with its mysterious, humming presence, remains the most interesting one of them all, and also the most terrifying.
The Nelk Boys have always been tangled in controversy. Over the years, they've weathered storms relating to all sorts of issues, both internally and externally. And every time, the vast majority of people have simply written it off because they're just young frat boy types who have more money and fame than common sense. But while their usual antics are one thing, it's fair to say that interviewing a guy who is literally wanted for war crimes by the ICC is a little out of whack with what their fans expect from them. And even as they attempt to do some damage limitation, they don't seem to be able to grasp the magnitude of what they've done.
No damage.
At first, I was really upset because I'm somebody who hates Netanyahu, and I know what he's doing, and it's a genocide. I think he's worse than Al. I mean, at least, you know, the differences are a comparison.
Now, with fans unwilling to come back aboard or accept any kind of explanation they have to offer, Kyle, Steiny, and the crew are instead faced with watching it all slip away in real time.
Be the craziest chat of all time. What's up, Kyle? Kyle showed me out. Sellouts. You got everyone mad. I hate Iran. Sellout. W. L-Pod. BB's a war criminal. Damage control. Sellouts. Iranians. Jesus.
It's your boy Whatta, and this is why the Nelk Boys' downfall is getting worse. If you've even got a passing interest in the world of content and influencers, you're likely acquainted with the Nelk Boys, a rambunctious group of young men who just wanted to make videos and create a life outside of the 9-to-5 system. Their rise, which began over a decade ago, was defined by juvenile but generally funny pranks that caught the world's attention.
Yes. Nicola? Yeah. Okay. Step out of the car. Yeah. I can't do this. I can't do this. Man. We have a bunch of coke in the back. I'm sorry.
Since then, its founder Kyle Forgard and a revolving cast of characters have made a fortune off things like their hard seltzer brand Happy Dad, launched their Full Send podcast, and traveled the globe all under the umbrella of their brand. But it's fair to say, for all that people like Kyle, Steve, Jesse, Salim, and of course the very polarizing Steiny have made a killing, controversy has dogged them at every point. And now, it appears that the fact they've basically escaped unscathed lulled them into a false sense of security that everything would be fine no matter what they did. And now, they're learning the hard way that there are some things that people aren't willing to forgive or forget.
All that other
Alongside
shit.
the numerous times
like
that they got the cops called on them for pranks, they've been demonetized on YouTube for a long time, ever since hosting an Open Up Gyms protest and partying their way through LA. At the time, YouTube said they violated the platform's creative responsibility policy and believed that they were creating a widespread public health risk. But this is far from the only incident they've had, with the group threatening to explode from the inside out for a long time. First, you had people like Jesse, a longtime fan favorite who simply quit when it was no longer fun.
I kind of got everything I wanted. I have the few money to retire.
Was that the main reason why you left?
Yeah, I was like very depressed. And I think a lot of it was about my surroundings, always traveling, the content being heavily involved in partying and being in that atmosphere. There was just too many nights where I was at a club and I felt like I was clocking in. I think anyone in that position, eventually, it will not be your dream. I don't think that was ever my dream.
In the process, he sold part of it back to Kyle and formally exited the crew.
It was clear to me that Jesse was not happy being involved in Nelk. That's when me and him started talking about, you know, things and him saying like, yo, I'm kind of down to like officially like, you know, exit.
Yeah.
So we pretty much agreed on a number and that was it.
And after seeing the news the past few days, you can bet he was happy with that decision. Since then, every other founding member has also departed, while people like Steve DeLeon Nardis, better known as Steve Will Do It, got banned from YouTube after numerous content strikes. As a result, one of their now most popular personalities is now marooned out on Rumble, with Nelk being told they basically couldn't platform him anymore or there'd be consequences.
What's the deal with Steve? Can we not film with him anymore?
Apparently not.
What the
But what they told us was basically if Steve, like if he appears in any video, yeah, he can't be like a prominent character, but they also said like, it's up to you. They basically said like, it's out of our control, like the team that we talk to at YouTube, it's like, it's out of their control. And like, they basically said like, your channel's going to be deleted if Steve's in your videos.
Then, perhaps most controversially of all, there is Steiny, a polarizing personality who is hated by much of the audience, as well as the alumni Bob Meanery, who has gone on record saying he is single-handedly responsible for his success.
First of all, you vouching for me doesn't mean shit, okay?
Means something, no?
First and foremost, no, it doesn't. I love you, Steiny. You worked your ass off, and guess what? You're in that chair because of me.
He's doing it again, right? You had nothing to do with your success. It's all because of Bob. This is your delusion, believing that, yes, you gave Steiny an opportunity, but Steiny's in this chair right now because Steiny has showed up for every thing that Kyle has asked him to do.
Steiny is in this chair right now because he is the rat.
Along the way, he's wound up feuding with Steve Will Do It, the man who he was once the assistant of, but abandoned when other more lucrative opportunities arrived.
I did everything for you.
I did everything for you too.
You did your fucking job.
No, but I didn't ask for it. Anything, bro.
Oh yeah, that's his always excuse.
No, but it's always like I'm a bad guy.
I didn't ask for you to give me a bunch of money and give you all this shit and give you opportunity.
I'm grateful and I never asked.
But that's
for
not how you
anything.
treat people, bro. Bro, I leveled you up so hard.
It's different, bro. I had an opportunity to continue to be an assistant, get treated like
And bro,
shit.
what do you mean assistant?
Or take a huge podcast. It was
Get on
hard,
the-
bro. I tried to do both. I wanted to do both.
I hate your guts.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because you're
We're working on that though.
You're a scumbag piece of shit.
Over the years, he has become a verbal punching bag for guests on Full Send, perhaps most notably being a victim of Andrew Schultz, who basically ripped him limb for limb.
What bothers you the most right now?
Nothing.
Nothing bothers you?
You looking at your phone while we're doing this interview, and everybody's seeming disinterested.
Were you looking at notes or texting girls?
Notes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Me taking time out of my day to do this and then feeling
Dude,
like
I've never
I'm forcing you guys to do the podcast.
I've never been more
That
excited to
annoyed
do
me.
a podcast.
Say again?
I've never been more excited. I'm sorry. I had to
Don't
look at my notes.
apologize. You don't have to apologize. You asked me what annoyed me, and I gave you an honest answer.
Wait, are you being serious about that?
Yeah.
What if someone in the audience is on their phone when you're doing that?
Then they're gonna get the same treatment you got.
Would you call them out?
Yes.
Have you done that before?
Yes.
And how's that reaction? They get as offensive as I do?
I don't think you're offensive. I think you're offended.
Offended, yeah.
Yeah.
And over time,
Limu Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Probably should have gone the other way.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
A business tip I'd wish I'd known? That LegalZoom can help you launch an LLC and stay on top of your business licenses. Visit LegalZoom for a legal hand.
It got even more brutal.
Are you guys friends with each other?
Yeah.
Like,
Why, you don't
genuinely?
get that vibe?
Yeah. No.
Why not?
Because the chemistry is weird.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It's just I don't get it.
What's confusing?
It's
though?
just an
so I can help
awkward
break it down for
podcast.
you.
It's like a weird thing. Like, do you guys do you have stories where you like bust balls like there?
Yeah, well, we usually have a different guy who sits in.
Yeah.
We wanted to have Steve on this one, so
Yeah,
he sat
with
in.
Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Brad too.
Yeah.
He's great. And what, Brad usually drives it or something like that?
What do you mean?
Like, is he usually driving the interview?
Why? You don't think we're doing a good job of that?
No, not really. I mean, it's not my favorite.
Considering how much they were dismantled by a stand-up comedian, it's probably fair to say that these guys weren't even moderately qualified to deal with the spin provided by a world leader. But let's keep it on Steiny for a minute more. A man who was brought up wealthy, Steiny has been open about the hate he receives, and claims that even his own father disowned him at the outset of his career.
Because I do come from, like, middle class or whatever.
Upper middle
Like,
class.
upper middle class,
Yeah.
sure. But, like, I moved out to LA, and my dad was, like, basically was like, my son's a fucking failure, loser. Because, like, he doesn't know what social media is. He doesn't know what, like, YouTube is. Because he didn't grow up in that era or whatever. So he thinks I'm coming out here and, like, he didn't support it.
Like you're fucking your life off.
Yeah, he didn't support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so people just want to fucking bash you for anything they can, but I'm like, dude, I had no support.
Why this is notable is that Steiny is the son of Harvey Steinberg, which, if you don't know, is a lawyer who defended Asher Carney, an Israeli convicted nuclear weapons smuggler back in 2004.
That's
And once they
crazy.
reconciled, his father later shot him some bail over platforming some dubious characters.
What do you make of his association with people that are kind of ushering in this era of fascism currently in this country?
I'm not convinced that they're ushering fascism in. I think that Aaron has a good head on his shoulders, and I think that he's trying to do what's right for the country, and he feels
This is a
that.
classic
And I think
lawyer
that
ass
his heart is in the
response.
right
It's full of
place.
shit.
You're unreal.
He has access to somebody
Yeah.
who's a decision maker, and if you have that access and you want to try to do the right thing in your mind and have influence upon that decision maker, what better person would you want than Aaron?
It's true.
And it was this very logic that seemed to have governed what was to come. While their content and general mission statement was once lighthearted, it's fair to say that the Nook Boys have crossed into uncharted waters in recent years. For one thing, their content began to skew towards right-wing causes and characters, with guests including Andrew Tate and Trump, among others. They even platformed Tory Lanez from jail.
You have a person that has literally 0 handprints on this gun.
Mr. Peterson never shot anybody.
You don't even have the bullets to match to this gun. To say that these bullets were even shot out of the gun that you guys supposedly recovered, when we went into court and we put these things in and said, hey, we're factually innocent due to these facts, the court said, you know what? We're going to consider that because there's good reason appearing on what you're saying.
And over time, even those close to them began warning them that they were going down a dangerous road.
There's like a backlash from who? From people
Just
that
from people
that are against Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that manifest? Like, what
Gotta
was
get the
backlash?
flower
I
after
just
for
did a
some
video and then
reason.
people were like, how the fuck are you associating with a guy like that? You know,
Really?
he has all
It was
these
just
claims coming
comments,
out.
or it was like
Comments, DMs.
Did it have
fucking
like a
personal people that I know?
Your mom got mad at you.
No, she didn't.
Your
She
mom-
got mad at me for Trump.
She got mad at you for
She
Trump.
didn't talk to me for like
6 months.
maybe 8 months.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Trouble.
I know.
Besides that, they had already withered away a lot of the goodwill that they received from the public with their Metacard NFT project.
You guys have the Metacard too, right?
Yeah.
So what's the
Metacard.
plan with that?
A lot of it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just so new
Yeah.
in space too.
You guys
Like,
got in early
it's
too at a
just
good
Web
time.
3, right? So
Yeah.
like I think we're going to be
Dude, I wouldn't trust them with anything about banking, money,
Priced
financials.
at about $3,000 each at Mint, their fans were given all manner of incentives as they pledged everything to gyms that'd be free to enter for users, festivals, equity in new ventures, and much more. In the process, they made something in the ballpark of $23 million. But not only have those NFTs since dropped in price, but all the incentives they promised have never materialized either. And now, those who had them are contemplating class action lawsuits, while everyone else simply believes them to be grifters who took from their fans and lost who they were in the process to make a quick buck. Nelk always said they were above scamming their fans, and then they started participating in fake giveaways, roulette, stake, and their BS meta card. And as scamming watchdog Spencer Cornelia discovered in a lengthy video, to say that people who invested in what they peddled are disgruntled would be a major understatement.
Chat for the Metacard community. At Kyle Forjard, you're saying you always say, stop making empty promises. You haven't done it for this project. Continue to ignore the hard questions. You've already lied to us multiple times, and we're the ones who are really supportive of this project, but you're driving us away. That message was written 18 months ago, and there's been no progress on anything. How do you think that person feels today? Kyle actually responded saying that he agrees with results being needed ASAP and that things are taking a while. These words were all empty because Kyle's last message in this Discord was August 2022. They raised $23 million and Kyle hasn't spent a minute in the Discord in 18 months. Here's 2 messages of Kyle indicating that he'll jump in the Discord frequently and recognizes the growing frustration. What kicked this off was his initial message. He wrote, making sure our ventures are as profitable as possible so when we cut y'all in, it's worth it. That, my friends, is a promise to deliver equity in the Full Send ventures. Kyle mentioned that they were looking at the first Full Send sports bar will open in Miami with Dave Grutman. That message was sent March 28, 2022. We're coming up on 2 years, and my guess is they have had zero progress made on any of this.
With their reputation already undertaking heavy fire, Nelk has proven that if there's a way to advance their brand or a bag to be obtained, then there is no reason why they won't do it, no matter what it means for public perception of them once the dust settles. But this time, it seems like it's finally caught up with them. Like everyone else on the planet these days, the Nelk Boys tried to harness their fame to launch their Full Send podcast. Among the flagship outlets for them today, it's welcomed many guests, but done little for anyone when it comes to attesting to their intelligence or knowledge on any subject that isn't money or partying. As a result, they've become renowned for their uniformed approach to conducting interviews, with the crew recently coming under fire from the MMA media for getting UFC credentials in order to disseminate the message that their friend and noted supporter Dana White wants to get out there.
Many of the Nelk Boys, they can't name 5 UFC fighters. And this is where they're breaking news and breaking down fights. I have nothing against the Nelk Boys. My issue is you can do the Nelk Boys, but you can also do actual journalists that are gonna hold your feet to the fire. Questions we want to hear. Not, is John Jones fighting at the White House? Is Conor McGregor?
Want restaurant quality meals that actually support your wellness goals? Hi, my name's Pete. Been a chef for the past 25 years. Spent the last 7 years at Factor. Ready-to-eat meal delivery services are not created equal. At Factor, it's personal.
McGregor, dude, if he comes back, dude, Conor Topuria, are we gonna see that? You're like, well, slam Mike in a door. I'm talking actual fucking journalism. There has to be both. And when you're going on these cupcake shows, they're going, dude, bro, is Robna coming back? This is what the hard-hitting questions. We can have both. Do this. And then go on Ariel. Do this. And then talk to Luke Thomas. But when you're just playing in candy lane ass, it does the sport such a disservice. And to be completely honest, nobody takes it serious. Nobody, man.
Because where other media figures do research or prep, they basically do the whole thing on a whim. So when it was speculated that they were going to be interviewing one of the most controversial and widely reviled men on the planet in Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, people didn't exactly have high hopes. This included Kyle himself, who seemed to know that there was a problem ahead before it even dropped.
You did?
Yeah.
With Dana, right?
We did a pod with Dana, but
Nice.
there's another one dropping Monday.
Oh, nice. You don't know who? We don't know who it is yet.
It got leaked. It's a controversial one.
I don't. Who is it? They know who it is. The chat does.
They probably know. It's a big one.
Really?
But I just want to let the interview kind of speak for itself.
Before you say stuff on it.
People will jump to conclusions.
Got it.
But it's a pretty big one.
Really? Oh shit.
And when it did arrive, people were horrified by the concept alone. I love how everyone in the thumbnail looks like they've been caught doing something they shouldn't. They aren't the sharpest, let's be honest. Surprised these dudes can dress themselves. But it's fair to say that the horror really began once they sat down with the man who stands accused of perpetrating a literal genocide in Palestine. As they met the political figure who is wanted by the International Criminal Court for various war crimes and crimes against humanity, including extermination, murder.
I kind of see from the idiot frat bro perspective. They're like,
Kyle
if we get
and
one
Steiny
world leader, we'll be able to get a
admitted
bunch of
that they
world
had no idea
leaders,
what was
and
going
we
on.
can just be a bunch
I
of
feel like on the
dumbasses
internet now
interviewing
too,
world
it's like
leaders
you don't even know what's real anymore.
without actually thinking what
you
any of
read
that
shit
fucking
and
means.
it's like you see a
You have to
headline
be a
and it's
fucking
like, is this
tool.
true? Is this not true? So I see so much stuff about what's going on in Israel.
It's so
and,
funny that the biggest
Iran
pushback
and
they had to
Palestine,
Netanyahu was
and
that he
to be
likes
honest, I
Burger
just
King.
really don't know what is going on there. So it's gonna be interesting to sit down with Prime Minister Netanyahu and kind of just ask him some questions about what we read online and
get educated.
And because of the fact that they didn't know what to ask or how to steer the situation, Benjamin could basically say whatever he wanted unchallenged, no matter how little truth there was to it.
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of Gaza?
Well, because we're trying to get the food in, and we let food trucks in, and guess what happens when we let them in? Hamas steals the food, takes the good chunk for itself, then
why
they
not
jack up the prices, and then they sell
Actually
the food,
fucking distribute it instead
to
of
its
like
population,
airdrop
to
it.
its,
Like
hungry
how are you
population,
doing it where that
if
it's
they give
all
them
getting
all.
fucking stolen?
And then use the money that they take from
Probably
their own
not
people to
intelligently.
recruit more killers into their terror machine.
This claim comes just days after Gazans were plunged into stage 5 malnutrition, a move which means that even if they get the food they need, it might be a little too late. And as it turned out, the interview was about as tightly policed as possible, as it appears the Israeli Secret Service was there, but the Nelk boys were too naive to even realize it.
And in the beginning, I'm like, Nelk, they probably took money from Netanyahu. They probably took money from the Trump team. I don't think they did. They told me that they had 20 people in the room while they were doing the podcast. I'm like, Steiny, that was Mossad. He's like, no, they were just HR people. I'm like, no, that was the CIA and the Mossad watching you interview. And if you don't think that Mossad was there in the room with Netanyahu, then you are mistaken.
Still, they led with softball questions, including giving him space to rally against the newly appointed New York mayor.
Even in New York City, right? What's going on?
Yeah.
He's an anti-Semitic guy.
Yeah.
The highest, I think the highest population of Jews in New York City. How's that even possible?
Well, it's possible because a lot of people have been taken in by this nonsense. I mean, what? You want to defund the police? You want to have people go into stores and, rob them and be free? You think that really creates a good society? You want to crush all enterprise? You want to tax people to death? I mean, that's a one-term effort, but, sometimes you have to get mugged by reality to understand how stupid that is. So that's silly, but, sometimes folly overtakes human affairs for a while, but not for long, because reality steps in. So I'm obviously not happy with it, but I'm less concerned with it, because I think if we can speak the truth to the young people of America, they wise up pretty quickly.
And in the aftermath, they came under fire for their presumptions over his prejudices.
No, Steiny, Zohar Mamdani is not anti-Semitic, dumbass. Like, he's just the only politician in this country who doesn't dick suck Netanyahu like you guys are doing right now. Zohar Mamdani was the only one who said, hey, actually, I'm going to stay in America. I'm going to put New York City first. I don't need to go kiss the wall like Steiny. I'm going to stay in New York and take care of the citizens here. And now you're saying he's anti-Semitic? What did he say that was anti-Semitic?
As the podcast went out to the masses, the Nelk boys must have known it was a gamble. But it's probably likely that their own naivety over the whole situation meant that they probably weren't prepared for the massive backlash that has come their way.
I just got done watching the entire podcast interview of the Nelk boys and Benjamin Netanyahu. If you were curious about watching it, I'm telling you, you're not missing anything you haven't heard already. It was literally an hour and a half of Benjamin Netanyahu just spewing the same lies and propaganda. I mean, it was hardly an interview. It was basically Bibi talking 95% of the time. The few questions that the Nelk boys did ask him were very surface level and softballs. Absolutely no hardball questions. I think the most hardball question they asked him was, why do you think you're so hated worldwide?
Unsubscribe. This was probably pitched to Netanyahu like, don't worry, these guys are idiots. You can use their platform to push whatever propaganda you like, and they won't push back on anything. Left facing historic dislikes and loss of followers, the pair remained so clueless to the point that Hassan Piker,
The Conjuring Last Rites, the case that ended it all. Only in theaters September 5th.
Actors, we can make you believe we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not. Whoops, I have no idea what these buttons do.
I've never driven a stick in my life. Not my hardest roll yet.
had to show the fundamental flaws in their logic.
Okay, so my point is, would you be neutral with Bin Laden in the same way that you're like a neutral podcast?
I think we would do our best to ask him tough questions.
Okay.
I think there's a sense of understanding too, right? Well, Hassan, I think there's a...
What about a...
I think we'd always kind of play the neutral role, to be honest, and just...
You would play a neutral role interviewing a... I don't think that's the case. I think you're just saying that right now because you want to.
We're just not the best at grilling guests and pushing back on them, to be honest. Like I said, we're not claiming to be good journalists. Like we can ask a question, but when it comes to like a follow-up question, I'll be honest, we're not the most, like, I've never claimed to be super educated on this.
And while they spoke of tough questions to other condemned figures in hypothetical interviews, they were non-existent this time, considering they were literally asking him about fast food orders rather than anything to do with what was happening.
What's your go-to at McDonald's?
No, I'll tell you, Burger King. We did the double,
Whopper?
I
haven't ripped Burger King in a long
It's
time.
not.
Burger King kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No, wrong.
The BK Lounge can hit.
I disagree completely.
You like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take, I think.
Absolutely.
That's a crazy take.
No, that was fine. I mean, I like Burger King. The answer is yes.
And while they continued to try and justify their point, Hassan ultimately summarized the difference with having a political figure embroiled in something like this, compared to anyone else.
Hassan, if anyone goes on a podcast, promote whatever they're doing. We're aware of that.
They're not. But Benjamin Netanyahu's not promoting a book, dog. He's promoting a genocide.
Bro,
That's
we
the
had
point.
fucking O.J. Simpson on.
Ultimately, there's only one thing they truly understand, and that's not even the optics, but the metrics. And now, that's where they're getting hurt, as the follower counts continue to dwindle. Still, the pair claimed it was in line with their mission.
On the Full Send podcast, what we do and what our style is we will have the most controversial people on this planet on the podcast. Hate it or love it. That's the way it's always been, all right? We've had Trump on in 2020 when it was crazy. We've had O.J. Simpson on. We've had Andrew Tate on. And that's just our style, all right? Other podcasts can do whatever they want. But guys, on the Full Send podcast, if we get the opportunity to have someone crazy controversial on, we're gonna take it. Because what I think the purpose of the Full Send podcast is we have controversial people on, we ask them questions. Obviously, we're not the best journalists. We're not claiming to be Piers Morgan or Brett Baer, but we're gonna ask them questions. They're gonna give answers. And guys, this is the point of the podcast. We leave it up to you guys as the viewer to form your own intelligent opinion.
They even tried to make light of it as a means of taking the edge off.
The best is how people think we had some ulterior motive or like, oh yeah, I mean, set that clear. No.
Did we get paid to do this?
No.
Jesus.
There's other people out there that do that shit, and we've never done
I better have at least 100 Tel Aviv birds in my DMs or something.
And for anyone who vaguely supported them before, it's clear they can't believe how naive they had been, and the backlash is seeping to their other posts, where they're rapidly trying to manage their replies. Been so out of touch in interviewing someone for clicks, and views tell you a lot about Kyle. Bro got a smile on his face, just cheerful he got to interview the person who bombed the children, deleting comments so fast. Generational sellout. Their core fans seem to hate that this happened too. The more that they try to normalize it, the more horror they generate. As for Netanyahu himself, the interview probably didn't pan out how his PR team hoped for him either, with Kyle conceding that there were some stark comparisons to be made between him and another world leader while scrambling to save his business.
It's a good point. Someone said having Netanyahu on is like having modern day Hitler.
No, I saw that.
Which is, honestly guys, I'll be honest, I'm here to, it's a good point. We're here to learn, to be honest, guys.
In the wake of this decision, the Nelk boys have a mountain to climb if they are ever going to fix this. And they even seem to be coming to terms with the fact that they're cooked, at least when it comes to mainstream acceptance or general public goodwill. Even people who make content similar to theirs can't believe how much they mishandled it.
I saw videos of like starving children and children being hurt. If there's innocent women and innocent children being harmed, chat, I don't give a what you guys believe in. If you think that's right in any type of way, you're a part of the problem. And I think that that's genuinely an issue in the world, and I really wish that we could fucking fix it, bro. And I wish it was as easy as pressing a button, bro. It's wrong. It is wrong. It's wrong, chat. It's wrong. No innocents deserve to get bombed. It's just the truth, chat.
Now faced with a world that's more hostile to them than ever before, the duo are actively dodging the hard questions.
Tiny, what's your thoughts on Palestine? Come on, bro. Say it. Come on. Talk about it. He's scared. He's scared. He's scared. Happy dad.
While in the next moment, they claim that they would at least try to provide some balance in the future.
But
now we're gonna
guys,
give the other side an opportunity.
We're gonna give the other side the opportunity, and I feel like, you know, that's just That's just the way we roll, bro. And I think that we're, someone has to do it. If we have to take the fall and be the bad guys for having the controversial people on, I think we're willing to do it.
But it's fair to say that might be a little hard to do when the other side is facing starvation, genocide, and death. In spite of it all, Kyle has been very careful with his words when discussing the issue, because while he may allude to regrets, he's been on the internet long enough to know that once you say sorry, there's no way back.
I wish we could go back in time and grill him 1,000 times harder, and we just went in there unequipped to interview him, and that's the honest truth. So, but there's nothing you can do, guys. I know it's in my heart. I mean, we have a lot of Muslim friends. We've been to Dagestan. We all know what's in our hearts. We don't hate anybody. We're not taking sides in this shit. We love everybody. I'm sleeping great because I know how I actually feel on the inside. So, and I know a lot of you guys are and this is not an apology. This is just, we walked in there and we weren't ready for it, man. And we walked in there uneducated, and I can admit that.
But if he stepped away from his character for a second and considered his humanity, he and Steiny would know that the most appropriate thing to do would be to take accountability for their mistake. But if you're waiting for that to justify being a fan of theirs again, I think you might be waiting a long, long time. Due to their behavior, it's no surprise that people took great pleasure in watching both Steiny and Kyle being sat on their ass by UFC champion Ilia Topuria in a new stream.
That was like, come on, you're good. I'm like scared to hit him because I knew he was going to hit him.
But this won't be enough, especially when they even used their stream with Ilya to try and shoot themselves some bail.
I personally, I like the questions you asked for him.
It was tough, but with a guy like that, I just wasn't really educated on this subject,
Me neither. That's why.
And I think there's a lot of people like that. Like if me and you were both like that, I think that because some people have a side like I'm on this side, some people have a side I'm on this side.
Like
I think
the thing is, we know many things from the social media, but we don't know the explanation behind that, like why they are doing this. Maybe there is a reason.
While cancel culture is exactly the kind of thing their supporters usually rally against, it's clear that they have an uphill battle to fix the mess that they've made. And in some people's eyes, their true colors have emerged in a way that they won't be able to undo or amend.
From idea to submission, empower students to do their best work with Grammarly's comprehensive AI writing assistance. What if they could jumpstart ideas for any assignment?
In the traditions of the West and confidence from making it your own. Tecovas now offers professional-grade work boots that will bring comfort and timeless style to the job site. Red man.
Tony, I love my Tecovas. They're the most comfortable boots I've ever worn. Hands down.
They're the most comfortable boots you've ever worn.
They're the most.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah.
I wear these, and you should too, Tony.
Plus, with Tecovas Best in the West guarantee, you get free returns and exchanges for 30 days. Right now, get 10% off at tecovas.com/KillTony when you sign up for email and text. That's 10% off at tecovas.com/KillTony. Tecovas.com/KillTony. See site for details. Tecovas, point your toes west. Your next bucket pull is a one-word name. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Paul. Paul.
Islamic terrorism. I don't get it. 72 virgins? I don't even get out of bed for less than 100 virgins. Wow. I thought this would be easier. I was so nervous this is my first time. I was so nervous backstage, even after I rubbed a couple out. That's right. I'm an assassin.
That's right. What else can I
Usually
say
don't
about
bring
that?
this up, but my family and I hunt vampires. No. Private investigators. But they had a falling out 15 years ago. They hate each other. But Shaq and Chuck it.
Oh, you call them Chuck?
These guinea pigs.
12. Yeah. I know what I look like.
They're AI 8.
Because I'm like sucking dick, washing the dishes.
And in return, they make me keto fucking pancakes. Like, okay.
Yoshika Gonzalez. Right now, any other last pitches for your OnlyFans that you would like to give to the people out there? There's many, many men.
Or are you trying to...
Trying to help her.
Yeah.
She's just barely making her rent.
Yeah, I mean, I have a wish list, but I just have like a printer on there. No one will buy it.
I'll get you a fucking printer.
Shane's gonna buy her a printer.
I promise.
Yoshika, here's the little joke book.
Okay, I'll
Ready
try.
for it? Boom, you got it. Wow. She caught it. You're going that way.
Hey, nice to meet you.
There she
right
goes.
Back through where you came.
Yoshika, everybody. There's Heidi. Yum, yum, yum. Time for another golden ticket winner, everybody. This young lady won hers maybe a little less than a year ago. She's fantastic. Works here. Works on Kiltony. Make some noise. A brand new minute from Ayyy, everybody. It's Ayyy, everyone.
Some people don't trust Muslims. I get it, whatever. Me personally, I don't trust Jehovah Witnesses. I feel like some Jehovah Witnesses are just registered sex offenders who got really, really, really nervous at the last second. Like, they were supposed to go out in the neighborhood and tell everyone what they did, which is, it's tough, you know, oh, I molested a child. So, you know, they go, knock, knock, who's there? Have you heard of the child that was touched by God? Jesus Christ? Just like, why is your parole officer
The premise is
here?
good.
Like, don't worry about that. I don't know. I feel like we treat registered sex offenders so interesting in this country. Like, we make them live so far from elementary schools. But distance only makes the heart grow fonder.
Boom. Ayyy. Fantastic. Great pedophile joke.
Okay, thanks. What's up? Hey guys.
How you doing? How's it been going, Ayyy?
It's good. It's kind of warm in here.
Yeah.
I put on a jacket, so when I take it off, I feel cooler.
Oh, look at that. A little reverse psychology on pure heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you guys?
That's good. I gotta be honest. This is good. Yeah. Everything going good?
Yeah, everything's good. Yesterday, I
Nothing
taught my...
bad.
Huh? No.
So yeah, every single person that's come up here is just.
My dad died. My dad hates me. Kind of vibe.
Things are bad.
Yeah. No, you guys didn't even hear what happened with my dad.
Oh, what happened?
Great.
Is he good?
Die and give you that fucking jacket. Where is he?
No. Yesterday, I taught him that you have to boil pasta in water.
What was he doing before?
He didn't know about that.
How was he cooking pasta?
He never cooks.
Your dad.
He doesn't cook. He just learned. I just taught him yesterday.
Okay, so he's alive. That's fine.
Yeah, he's alive.
Sounds like he's thriving. Sounds like he's still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. So that's good. Where's he at? Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas,
All right.
but my family's from Africa.
What?
Yeah, I'm Moroccan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
What was your dad doing with those noodles?
Eating the noodles.
Just raw, hard noodles?
Well, no, I boiled them for him, and yesterday he came and he was like, oh, so that's how you do it. He said he's always seen people make pasta, but he never paid attention to...
He's just been sitting on the floor Indian style, eating with his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's good.
All right.
Amazing, Ayyy. What else is going on? Anything else crazy?
I had a weird dream the other day. I had a dream that there was this girl, and she was really young. She was like 17, 16, and she was like in a trap house, and I didn't know what to tell her to get out of the trap house. So I just told her, girls like you end up fat in their 20s, and she left. I got her out the trap house.
Wow.
Hey, give it up for her and her dream.
Yep.
The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's just my life.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Just the truth.
Well, great new minute, Aya. Favorite pedophile joke of the day, without a doubt, so far. One more time for Aya, everybody. Back to the bucket we go. 3 ladies in a row. Make some noise for your next comedian. It's Jenny Rodriguez, everyone. Jenny Rodriguez.
I just watched this documentary on Netflix recently. It was about a woman who went to jail after she had sex with a man who the courts had deemed mentally incapacitated. This was a man who was intellectually disabled. And that just goes to show that there's hope for all of you guys here tonight. Able-bodied women are having sex with retards. I know I am. I love him. He's my best friend, my partner in crime, my PIC. You guys heard that? Partner in crime, PIC. But I'm Mexican, so that would make me his SPIC. SPIC, it's Texas. Do you want me to spell that out for you guys? We actually just saw the Fantastic Four movie. I gave a hand job during it. I guess you could call it a Fantastic Five. Boo, boo, boo. That's been my time. I've been Jenny Rodriguez.
Jenny Rodriguez. Welcome to the show, Jenny. Have you been on before?
I have, a couple
Yes.
times.
What do we find out the other times you were on about you?
I hate to throw this out here, but I work in a tire shop.
Whoa. Hell yeah. Amazing.
I'm engaged.
Okay.
That's pretty much it from the last 2 times. But
Yeah. What does your man do?
What's his name?
He works at Jared Jewelers. He's a jeweler.
Oh, wow.
We did pro wrestling. That was another thing that
That's
we
right.
did.
I remember that.
Right now, we just finished clown school, actually.
Okay.
So that's another.
Fucking good choice.
Yeah. You learned stuff at clown school?
Did I learn this stuff at clown
No.
school?
Did you learn a lot of stuff
Oh,
at clown
I really did, actually. I learned how to do, like, balloon animals.
Do you have any balloons on you?
I wish I did. I literally thought about bringing my skirt, but
Is there anything you could do in the clown world right now if John played some clown music and we gave you a spotlight? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Nothing, okay.
I need props. I'm
Oh,
like,
all right.
I do a lot of like gimmick shit. I do like some magic tricks, but I'm not like really good. You know, it's all very sleight of hand stuff.
What if
so.
somebody has a condom? Can you do something with a condom? As
Red Band, thank you so much. You're
No, for
a
balloon.
great... No, yeah, great. Thank you, Red Band.
Nobody here has a fucking condom, dude. It's not the 80s.
Jenny Rodriguez. So how's stand-up been going for you?
Stand-up's been going pretty well. The last few months I've been focusing on clown school,
Wow.
ironically. But I've been, you know, hitting mics, going to shows, just trying to do what I can around here. It is a little more difficult, I think, finding a good clique around here compared to where I was before I moved here. I came from South Bend area. It's a smaller.
Yo, go Irish.
Are you a fan of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish?
Definitely not, bro.
Yeah. Notre
Fuck no.
Dame, more like Notre Lame.
Yeah. Insane Clown Posse sucks dick.
I know.
Football rules.
I love sports.
There you go. Well, Jenny, congratulations. You got picked for another minute. You've been on the show multiple times. There she goes, Jenny Rodriguez, everybody. We're going to keep flying through it. Here we go. On to the next one. It's cooling down. We're at 80.4 degrees. We are around the corner from the 70s, everybody. This next bucket bowl's from the inside. Make some noise for Truly Joy. Truly Joy from the inside. Is that real? Oh, wow. The furthest possible fucking seat in the entire venue. Literally can't make it up, everyone. How perfect. It's great. Awesome. You would think we would coordinate this better, that someone signs up and they don't sit in the seat that's 97 seconds away from the front. Tire Season 2 out now on Netflix, everybody. Madison Square Garden coming up this week. The 15th, we do stand-up. The 16th, we do Kill Tony. Where the fuck is this fucking inside bucket pool? Thanks so much for Truly Joy, everyone.
So I have pretty bad luck on dating apps. Like, I literally don't get any matches. And I got this buddy who's just bragging about all the matches he has. So one day I was like, let's see him. He's on Grindr. And he's got tons of matches. That's kind of like a weird flex. But then it dawned on me. If I was gay, a lot of my problems would disappear. Like, I wouldn't be as lonely. I would have better fashion sense. And I'd be in great shape. Because you have to be strong to fuck a dude. Right? It's like fucking a bear. And then even jacking off in the mirror would be better. Like, come on, guys. Dial in, all right? You're jacking off in the mirror, and there's a hot dude jacking off to you in the mirror. Right? You start going faster, he starts going faster. Right? And then you jack off, and you bust a nut, and then this dude who's been jacking off to you for 25 minutes busts a nut to you busting a nut. Pretty fucking awesome if you're gay, right? Thank you.
Truly Joy, welcome back.
I like that you say jacking off would be in the mirror would be better if you were gay, as if you do jack off in the mirror.
Have you ever?
Fuck no, look at me. I don't want to see this shit. You jack off in the mirror?
No, I don't, but I
for
thought
25 minutes.
Joke.
25 minutes is crazy.
That is crazy.
You gotta milk it, dude. Like, I'm not trying to bust a nut and not be worth it, dude.
Jacking off in the mirror for 25 minutes.
Bro, don't knock it until you try it.
Well, I will.
25 minutes is what stands out about that material. Do you really extend your jack-off experience for that long?
Yeah, when I do jack off, I definitely milk it, but I try not to.
When you say milk it, are you
it's
implying...
called edging, guys. You guys know edge? All right, whatever. I'm fucking weird, okay?
So you last 25 minutes with yourself.
When I do it, yeah, I try.
When you're about to come, what do you picture?
What do you mean, dude?
Well,
like
you're saying that you're edging, right? So like, how do you stop yourself?
Watch something that turns you on, and then you like get ready, and then you just ride that wave until you are ready to bust a nut.
And then you plan on killing Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
And you spend the rest of the night watching out for rakes on the ground. Or Party Rock, whatever. Either one.
Either one.
Yeah.
What do you tend to watch when you're jerking off? Truly Joy.
Honestly, I have a pretty vast spank bank, so like I just.
What are some of the wilder
categories?
Yeah, what are some of the weirder things that you're into?
I like Dom sub stuff. You know,
What?
DS. You know about that?
I've heard of it.
Who's the Dom?
Are you a Dom or a sub?
I'm a Dom.
Whoa.
Oh,
Dude, I'm
man.
already subbing out to you right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, we're all sitting down and you're doming us, dude. You can't dom us like this while we're sitting down.
Bro, sorry.
Tony, give him a big notebook right now.
Get rid of this Dom daddies.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done dom-wise in real life?
Dom-wise.
Picturing you in like a pig mask with your hair hanging out and everybody being
Dude,
like, well, we know who that is.
I was living in LA and I was like going to these parties and it was pretty crazy. They were like, we're gonna film this, and I was like, I don't want to be filmed, right? And they're like, put on a mask. No one's gonna know who you are. And I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna know the tall ass dude with fucking afro and blue eyes. But I just had them film behind me. But I just had like this girl, and they were like had all these toys. I like using my own parts and my hands and stuff. But Yeah, they had like all these crazy toys, so we did that stuff, and I was just like, I would find myself like an open-minded person, you know?
You work with your hands.
Yeah, I'm a working with, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's toy bullshit. You're a hands man. And
How are you doming though? Like, where was the dom?
You got your cheeks.
It's like
you sounded kind of sub. I'm not
It's like,
coming
bro,
at you. Sounded
you
sub
tell
right
them
now.
what to do. You're in charge. You
Gotcha,
know,
gotcha.
like there's some dudes that like want the girls to take control and shit. You know, like I want to be in control.
For sure.
I'm in control.
Oh shit.
Yo, don't look at my boy. You don't look at my
Whoa.
boy like that, dude, ever again. How
Whoa.
dare you dom my friend?
You watch out, Shane. I'll dom you
Come
next.
up here and don't dom me,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm coming over there.
I can't believe you're not doing good on dating apps.
Yo.
You're a handsome fella, you know? You dommed us
yeah,
up
man.
there. God damn, you know.
What do you do for work?
I work in AV, freelance.
Wow.
Mostly, yeah. I know. I heard everyone saying that.
Yeah.
I've done some catering jobs since I moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
They make you wear a hairnet?
They make me pull my hair back in a ponytail.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, it looks different.
It's fucked up.
It disappears.
Intense eye contact.
Yeah. How about for
Okay.
fun? What do you do for fun?
I like going to White Horse. I've been practicing two-step, like learning. I like Barton Springs. I go there almost every day.
Nice.
You find anybody to dom out there?
Yeah.
A little bit. A little
real?
bit. Yeah. Dude, the girls out there are freaky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And what's your love life like?
I don't have a girlfriend here, but I have like a lover on the East Coast.
You have a lover on the
Yeah,
East Coast.
she's my sub.
Jesus.
What you do? Text it.
Bro, like you get some, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo.
Sorry.
Yo,
What the fuck, dude? You're so
He's like
fucking horny and
He's
angry.
like, what's his name? I'm like, bro, come on now.
He said, "What's his name?" Hilarious.
I mean, what's his name? What's his name's a classic.
Yeah.
I have a lover on the East
What's
Coast.
your sub doing right now?
She's probably sleeping, honestly.
Should wake her up. Wake up.
Yeah.
Call her?
A real dom would wake her up.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I'm going to call her after this.
No, we're not going to. We're going to keep it moving along. Truly Joy, there he goes.
Right, thank you, guys.
There goes Truly Joy, everybody. Hell yeah. There he goes, everyone. All right, fist bumps for the dom, Truly Joy.
I thought he was pretty funny up there.
All right, this looks like a fun name and a new name. Let's see what happens here. Make some noise for Mighty Mike, everyone. Mighty Mike. Okay, all right.
Man, that last comic looked like Carlito from WWE, didn't he? What it's like to be cool. Nah, man. Man, I'm about to quit comedy, man. This shit don't make no money in this motherfucker, man. I'm broke. Man, I'm so broke, man. I can't even be racist with my laundry. That's how broke I am. I got. I feel like that's the last white racist activity. White and blacks, set apart, buddy. Set apart. I put the whites first. I'm black. I put the blacks first, nigga. That's what the fuck. Yeah, man. I'm out here mixing leftovers and shit. I made Jamaican food the other day. Rice and pasta. Call it Rasta, nigga. That's what... Bombo clock. Nah, man. Nah. Ooh, man. Treads. Yeah, okay. That's the meow right there. All right. That's a cat, man? That's pussy?
Okay, all right. Mighty Mike.
All right.
Slightly
That's my
having
time,
a
baby.
mental breakdown towards the end of his set there.
You got me. That was funny.
Mighty Mike, welcome back. You've been on this show before.
Yeah, Mike Ayo, baby. I'm Nigerian.
Talk into the microphone there. We have mics here in America.
Oh, woo! With the shots.
So
man.
what
Yeah,
were you
Mike Ayo,
saying? Go ahead, say
No,
it.
I said I'm Mike Ayo, baby. Yeah, I put Mighty Mike. That's my stage name, Mighty Mike. I put that on there today, and
I was on here last time, right?
No, I
I wasn't?
No, Shane, man, respect,
different
bro.
guy.
I respect you, bro.
Never
Yeah,
mind. I thought
you
I
fun.
was.
No, you wasn't. You wasn't.
Oh, all right. Well,
You was-
fuck. Like, maybe
Sorry.
I'm racist.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe I am actually racist. You got up here, I was like, oh, I remember him.
Shane Gillis, ladies and gentlemen.
I was like, he's very good.
We know. Mike, relax. So tell us what's been going on, Mike. You said you're broke. What do you do for work?
Oh, I just got a new job at FedEx. The last time I was at Amazon.
Okay. Well, what,
You know?
you're just still delivering packages.
Still delivering packages, yes. The packages don't talk.
The packages don't talk. What do you mean by that exactly?
I used to be in the office. I used to
Right.
work in the office, and offices, people talk a lot.
Uh-huh.
But when you...
Now you're driving the truck.
Yep.
And you're dropping off the packages.
Taking photos.
How long you been doing that for?
As far as dropping packages off, I started with Amazon. I was like...
Got the
9 months
Amazon
ago.
thing. We're talking about FedEx. How long you been?
FedEx is like 2 weeks.
So 2
No,
weeks.
a week.
A week. So
yes.
how do you do? Do you have any specific style? Has anything crazy happened yet? Do you?
No. I'm still training right now. A nigga's still training. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they still got me training. Yeah.
All right. What have you learned so far?
Man, you gotta put the packages where the white people want them, cause they'll type up that review, man. Next thing you know.
All right, you got to keep them right where the black people can still get them.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I help my niggas out. I was in the hood today. You know, I help my niggas out. Hey, come quick, Brian. Get your shit.
Okie dokie. Mighty Mike, how about for fun? What are some hobbies of yours? What do you do for fun when you're not doing stand-up?
Man, when I'm done doing stand-up, man, think about how black people could be better. That's what I think about.
Same.
What have you come up with exactly? We've been wondering the same thing. So you go right ahead.
I was chilling in my balcony the other day, man, blowing the trees, and I was like, man, the head nod thing that black people do, man, we need to get rid of that.
No, it's nice.
I mean, fuck, we got to speak words, man. Hi, hello.
Well, if you do it like
know?
that, that's going to be a problem. If I was walking by and a black guy was like, hi.
Yeah, like that. No, you got to smile, What's up? Yeah, I just did, huh?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
No, the head thing's nice.
I am head thin traumatized, man. I am head thin traumatized.
Oh, yeah. You're from Nigeria.
I was born and raised in Nigeria, yes.
And you came here and you're telling the black Americans they're not doing it right?
What?
Tell them to pull their pants up. I get it.
No, I mean.
Yeah, what else is on this
my
list?
Pants up, so
What else is on your list of how they can do better? Number 2 on the list.
Number 2, man, pay bills.
Wow.
Niggas could pay bills, bro. For real. Like, when I had a lot of money, I used to pay my bills. I was like, white man, just paying my bills on time.
Okay.
You know, I don't got it like that no more right now, so I'm dodging too. I'm being black.
Right.
Juking the bill collectors. Sunrise Debt. Who is that? They call me at 6 in the morning every time. Sunrise.
Fuck them. I got to tell you, this isn't a racial problem. This is, yeah.
This is a me problem, huh?
No. Well, whoever the individual is, yeah.
Okay.
But we've all been there. Yeah, I've dodged that.
What do you owe money for? What are some of your debts?
I know right now I owe Charter Communications right now, man. I owe them about $300.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, what's that?
Charter Communications, Spectrum, my bad. Spectrum. Spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you have cable? Or is that internet?
No, internet, man.
Yeah.
Come on, don't you know, Matt?
Internet, man. Cable. Whoa, that's expensive.
Okay. Do you have kids?
No kids yet, man. Bro.
How old are you?
I just turned 35.
So how do you think you've avoided having kids? 35.
Man, my pull-out game real good, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Explain to us. What's your method?
Bro, I feel the pee. Like, when you're about to bust a nut, you get a pee feeling. That's the sign that God give you first. Like, hey, man, it ain't piss, it's the other one. Just take it out, and you bust. And I listen to that voice, and I nut right on her. And that's how I'm able to dodge that shit.
Wow.
Man, I don't know how niggas miss that pee feeling, man. Child support, not me.
Do you see like a big figure of your father in the sky and James
My
Earl
dad's
Jones is
still
like,
in my life,
pull
man,
out
relax.
now, son?
Racist. I'm just playing. I'm playing. No, my dad's still around, man. He's still he around.
Is he in Nigeria?
No. He here.
Where is he exactly?
He's in Minnesota.
Okay. And what's he doing up in Minnesota? What does a Nigerian do in Minnesota exactly?
Fights
Man, he. Yeah, exactly. He take walks
Really?
at the
Fights,
mall.
yeah, he
Dead
fights
ass.
Somalis at the Mall of America.
Yeah, for real. They be
I'm
fucking
not
with my
lying.
dad, man. They don't know my dad, OG, man. He
Yeah.
speaks Italian too, so he could talk to the mob.
No way.
Yes.
Wow. And it's true that Nigerians and Somalians don't get along.
I mean, I fuck with them, but you know, when they start picking that hala hala souk souk, I'm out of there. Whoa, bro. Whoa, souk souk, what that mean?
What's your least favorite thing about the Somalians?
The what?
Nothing. Craziest thing you have in your refrigerator, Mighty Mike? You have a refrigerator, right? You have your own fridge?
Yeah. I got a fridge.
What's the craziest thing we would find if we opened up your refrigerator right now?
Some spinach and broccoli, nigga, because a nigga eat healthy. No fried chicken.
Wow. Incredible.
Does that bring you to any other points?
Do you get any special powers when you eat the spinach or broccoli?
You know, man, I do in the morning. Like,
okay,
the dookie come right on time in the morning.
Okie dokie. All right, Red Band. All right. Fun stuff. There goes the Mighty Mike. You already have a big joke book?
I already got one.
There he
Yes,
goes.
sir.
On to
Yes,
the
sir.
next
Yes,
one.
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, Kilton.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. 79.9 degrees, everybody. We've hit it. We are officially in the 70s. In this, the hottest episode of Kill Tony ever. Shane's gotta pee. Shane's going pee. Which means I'm just gonna bring up your next comedian. Make some noise for Shay Phillips, everybody. Shay Phillips. Oh, shit.
So I know what y'all thinking right now. What the fuck is this fake ass Kimbo Slice doing up here trying to make me laugh and shit? Supposed to be in the cage beating the shit out of people. What the fuck? Recently I've been trying to get back into dating, and I've been kind of struggling. I realize I struggle because I take words a little too literally. Like, I don't like when women call me daddy. Because something deep inside me, something deep in my DNA just makes me want to leave them. I don't know. It's like every time she says, "Ooh, daddy," I'm like, you know what? We all out of milk. I'll be right back. She's like, "You're lactose intolerant." I'm like, "Shit, man, would you look at that? I'll get some Newports. I'll be right back." "You don't smoke?" I'm like, "Listen, bitch, you're gonna be here on draft day, all right? You're going to the NFL." You know? A lot of people give me stupid ass questions sometimes. They ask you like, "Shaylin, what's your favorite workout?" Like shoulder press, chest press, bench press. I'm like, "Bitch, I am depressed. The fuck? Why do you think I work out so much?"
Fuck yeah, Shay Phillips. Welcome to the show, Shay. This is your first time on?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, welcome. How long you been doing stand-up?
About 3-4 years now.
3 or 4 years. Where at?
Houston, Texas.
Okay, that was what I was gonna guess.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What do you do for work in Houston?
I'm a machinist.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of machinery are we talking about?
My biceps.
Wow. Incredible. But seriously, what kind of machines do you work with?
CNC? I don't know. I just press buttons and shit, dog.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds professional.
As fuck.
Hell yeah. And you don't have kids?
No. Not that I know of.
You have a girlfriend?
Nah.
You're just single. Running machines. What do you do for fun?
I like to lift weights. I like to choke people. I do jiu-jitsu and shit.
You
That's
do
pretty cool.
jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay.
I like to eat a lot of food.
Yeah?
You know,
What do you like to eat?
barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Barbecue what?
Shit, man.
Very good. You just won the game, everybody.
You got out of me, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Shay, how often do you come to Austin, Texas to sign up for the show?
First time.
First time?
Yes, sir.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You got lucky. Incredible.
Is that one of the dogs? I'm sorry.
That is. You remember Lemaire?
Yeah. Lemaire, you look fucking good, bro.
Yeah. You're at a Lemaire. This is La Scare.
Hey, I'm just saying.
This is the last thing you want.
Lemaire got on some HGH, some TRT. You know?
Hell yeah. Okay, Shay. Craziest thing that's happened to you at the gym? Anything ever stand out to you? Any white women ever accuse you of staring at them or something like that?
Nah, but I did have an old white lady try to kidnap me one time.
Ooh, tell us all about it.
Well, I'm at the gym and shit, and she goes, "Oh, well, I just need help getting out to my car, getting blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Lady, I don't work here." But instead, she started dragging me outside and shit. She's like, I can't carry this by myself. Get inside the car, motherfucker. I'm like, hold up, bitch.
You think she was trying to have sex with you?
I think she only picked up a bunch of heavy shit for it. I'm like, nah, dog, you know.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Juneteenth, bitch?
Yeah.
Emancipation Proclamation, I'm free.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What did she want you to pick up for herself?
Yeah, she was a fat bitch. What do you expect, dude?
Oh, was she fat?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
shucks. That
She
could have
tried to get me.
That could have been great. How old?
Old enough?
Yeah. Old enough that you would be like, hey,
Old enough for a 401k?
Yeah.
Why'd you hesitate?
I'm stupid. I wanted to keep doing comedy.
You probably did the right thing, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have had a better life, man.
Sure.
Interesting. Shay, what's the craziest thing about your life that we would find interesting about you? You ever save anyone's life, accomplish anything, any big awards or anything like that?
Let's see, the craziest thing I ever did in my life, dude. When I was in the military, there was a kid that was trying to walk home. But it turns out that this island, like, it floods like crazy and shit. So as the kid's walking, like, his face is, like, sticking his face out the water and stuff. So I basically had to carry the motherfucker home. You know? At least he didn't drown.
Where was this at?
The Marshall Islands.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Navy.
And what did you do exactly in the Navy?
I was in the construction forces. I was a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Look at you helping someone else not drown. Absolutely amazing.
I had to pass the swim test, dog.
Yep. Look at that. Okay, Shay, 3 or 4 years in Houston, your first time on, very fun, and here is, oh, we don't have any mediums. I guess you're getting a big one. There you go, Shay Phillips. Boom. Shay Phillips.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, shit, I did that one quick, huh? Oops. Hey, look, it's the lovely Heidi. This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. We went close there. Yeah. How many people like it when comedians do good on this show? How many of you like it when comedians do bad on this show? Wow.
Are you sure?
They do.
Almost everyone's doing bad.
Yeah. They like it.
It is hot.
It is hot.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. For those of you watching on the internet, congratulations. This is the episode to be in the air conditioning for.
If it was cold, we'd be fucking killing.
Yeah. It would be a whole different episode.
It's crazy.
But, you know, it happens sometimes. Every once in a great while. Okay. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your next comedian. You guys having fun out there still? Do we care about how hot it is in the room? Make some noise for Nate Ortiz, everyone. Nate Ortiz.
I've been on all the apps lately. You know, I've been on Tinder, Bumble, DoorDash. Just looking for love and McNuggets at this point, you know? I'll entertain a Salvadorian man if he's giving me Subway, you know? Just want to watch SmackDown, dude?
Would this make you buy a Ridge wallet? 2 people could win a Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato, a Hennessy Velociraptor, or $100,000. Hold on, let me explain. This is Daniel and his dad.
This is a map of the territories controlled by cartels in Mexico. The 2 major ones are the Sinaloa cartel and the Jalisco New Generation cartel, otherwise known as the CJNG. These territories might look somewhat scattered and random, but it's not by chance these territories are where they are. I'll explain that soon, but if we zoom out, you'll notice I've highlighted some nations in different colors, and that's because they are all part of what I like to call the geopolitics of the cartels. This is not just a story of how cartels work, it's the geopolitics involved in what they do. And while their primary business revolves around drugs, if you thought they stopped there, you're in for a rude awakening. the cartels continue to systemically seek to take over the entire vertical chain of several economies in Mexico, and not just illegal ones. But you might be confused why China is highlighted on this map. And that's because they are a key partner in this whole scheme for two very different reasons. But I'll talk about that later in the video. For now, let me direct your attention to Latin America, more specifically Colombia. Colombia is the #1 producer of cocaine, since the coca plant that eventually becomes cocaine requires very specific growing conditions: high altitude, tropical climate, acidic soils, and certain temperature and humidity ranges. The perfect mix of these conditions are found pretty much only in Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia, but not in Mexico. So the cartels have to buy the finished cocaine product in bulk from Colombian trafficking groups. After the product has been made through a quite extensive process, the Colombian traffickers transport it, usually via boat or semi-submersible submarines, to Central America, places like Honduras, Guatemala, or southern Mexico. Then the Mexican cartels step in. They act as the middlemen. Their job is to get the product from Central America into the US. Many methods have been used to accomplish this. Trucks literally going through the US-Mexico border, knowing that if you just send a lot of them, some, if not most, will slip through. This is the preferred method of the CJNG. But there's of course also the infamous tunnels of the Sinaloa cartel, carefully dug to avoid any detection and to link up with commercial warehouses on both sides, making loading and unloading almost too easy. These tunnels are a major part in why the cartels have immense interest in controlling the largest possible territory along the US-Mexico border. Another reason for that is the other method. See, recently drones have been used to fly in products, and you might say, drones? Those must be the most obvious targets. How could those ever slip through? Well, it's a numbers game, and drones are disposable and cheap compared to the value of their load, so even if you send 100 drones and only 10 make it, it's still a viable and profitable method. The most successful method though is likely by using submarines. We've seen a lot of these semi-submersibles being caught because they are pretty easy to catch if you happen to fly by them, or simply through satellites or radars, because they stick up from the ocean like a sore thumb. But they're important because they can hold tons of cocaine, and it really sucks when they get caught, though it is still a numbers game. But the cartels still want to maximize their profit, so they've long been trying to get fully submersible subs, which we now know they have. It is almost impossible to find these subs once they're underwater, so they're almost bulletproof. But there is still one aspect of these submarines that makes them somewhat risky, since if they do get caught, the operators might talk and snitch on the cartel. So the cartels are currently focusing heavily on developing remote-controlled submarines. We know this because they just seized a submarine in Colombia that had a Starlink antenna on it for communication. Yeah, it's insane the technological improvements these submarines have seen in just the last few years. And it makes sense, they're a key piece of the puzzle. But the cartels have realized something in recent years. It's really annoying to sell drugs made from plants that are at the mercy of Mother Nature. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Birdie. It's a CO2 monitor that hangs on the wall, and it's kind of cool. It looks like a bird, but it is a CO2 monitor, which I will do. I'm gonna go up again. And ever since I got this bird, I haven't had any migraines and I sleep much better. Discount amount of plan. Smaller shipments. Why not sell something that's synthetically made, more potent, so you need fewer and smaller shipments, as well as much cheaper to acquire? This is where methamphetamine, fentanyl, and China come into the picture. See, fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than cocaine. And meth is 3 to 4 times more potent than cocaine, but its effects last 10 to 20 times longer. And they are much cheaper to produce than cocaine. There is one problem though. Mexico doesn't produce the necessary precursor chemicals to make meth or fentanyl. So the cartels needed a partner to be able to sell this stuff. That partner they found in China. Because it turns out Chinese chemical manufacturers and criminal networks supply most of the precursors for fentanyl and methamphetamine to the Mexican cartels. Here's how it works. These chemicals are shipped, often misdeclared, to Mexican Pacific ports such as Manzanillo or Lázaro Cárdenas. Then once on Mexican soil, they end up at labs where cartel chemists synthesize fentanyl and meth powder from the precursors. Now comes the interesting part though. Since fentanyl is 100 times more potent than cocaine, simple math tells us you need way less to fill the demand, creating an opportunity to be way more creative with how you package it, compared to cocaine. I think at this point we're all pretty familiar with the blocks of cocaine that get seized all the time, but with fentanyl it's a completely different game. See, instead of these obvious blocks, the cartels instead press the powder into pills that look exactly like painkillers, making them trivially easy to get over the border. Once there, the drug does horrible things. Due to the potency of fentanyl, it's very easy to overdose, and this explains why 74,000 Americans died from fentanyl in 2023, accounting for nearly 69% of all overdose deaths. It's a giant problem for America, but also the cartels, right? I mean, their customers are dying. Well, actually no. They make so much profit that it doesn't matter that a few of their customers die. But we still need to figure out the last piece of the puzzle in this whole scheme, and that's the profits. What are they gonna do with these profits? I mean, they're making billions of dollars in the US, but how are they gonna get them back to Mexico? That's the whole issue here. And laundering money has gotten exponentially more difficult as law enforcement and financial regulators worldwide tighten controls. But a new method has opened up. You're probably familiar with the traditional methods of laundering the money through businesses that naturally generate a lot of cash, like restaurants and casinos. They still do that, but the new method is really sneaky and is once again made possible by the Chinese. More specifically, Chinese underground bankers. Here's how it works. A cartel operative in Los Angeles is sitting on, let's say, $1 million in dirty cash. Rather than smuggling that money across the border and risking it getting seized, he contacts a Chinese broker working inside the US. That broker has clients. Those clients are usually incredibly wealthy Chinese individuals, whose goal is to move some money out of China. The Chinese individual is interested in doing this through a broker because there's a limit on how much money you can move out of China as an individual, standing at just $50,000. So, the broker connects both sides and the ingenious deal can take place. The cartel hands over $1 million in cash to the broker in the US, and the Chinese client sends the equivalent value in yuan to the broker's partner in China. The broker then arranges for the funds to be sent to one of the cartel's legitimate companies that simply sends an invoice to the Chinese broker for services. The legitimate company is obviously owned by the cartel, but through shell companies, so it can't be traced back to them. So that's how the money gets into the cartel's hands in Mexico, but you might be asking, what could the Chinese guy use $1 million in cash for?
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on...
Well, the cash is laundered inside the US through traditional methods that I mentioned earlier, but very importantly, stays there. Getting money laundered and then transferred out of the US is very difficult since every cartel-linked person in the US is a DEA target. So yeah, it's really clever, and US officials call it one of the most powerful money laundering engines operating today. It's fast, nearly untraceable, and completely scalable. In fact, it's now so effective that Chinese money brokers have become the go-to launderers for both the Sinaloa and the CJNG cartels, replacing older laundering methods almost entirely. And with the wealth they've generated, they have unimaginable power. Power they use to gain more money by extorting legitimate businesses, something I alluded to earlier in the video, and I'll get into it a bit later, I promise, but also they want to get rid of everyone that challenges or questions them. This is why Mexico is one of the deadliest countries in the world for journalists. Reporters who investigate cartel dealings or government collusion do so at enormous personal risk. The consequence is widespread self-censorship in the media. As one veteran Mexican journalist put it, quote, "You cannot count on the government. Self-censorship is the only thing that will keep you safe." An important statistic shows less than 1% of the time a journalist gets killed, someone gets convicted, showcasing how untouchable they really are, even when they destroy their position in broad daylight. In cartel-dominated areas, which is pretty much everywhere at this point, newspapers and radio stations end up as virtual mouthpieces for the criminals, only publishing stories favorable to them or none at all regarding their activities. Now, I mentioned that the cartels are practically untouchable, and I want to show you how that is true even when you catch them. See, even if you jail them, you can't take away their power. In Mexico, it is well documented that, quote, "other major traffickers have continued to run their businesses from behind bars, including Joaquin El Chapo Guzman." Now, I know I haven't really introduced him yet, but he is the guy who founded the Sinaloa cartel. But anyway, he managed the Sinaloa cartel from inside the prison. And he even orchestrated his own escape. Twice. From inside the prison. He escaped 2 maximum security Mexican prisons in 2001 and 2015. And after his second escape, which pretty much humiliated authorities in Mexico, Mexico extradited him to the US in 2017 to finally cut off his ability to direct operations. He's really the perfect example of what happens all the time in Mexico, Central and Latin America. Officials and guards are often bribed or threatened, or both, into cooperating with the cartels. As one extensive study noted, prison guards in Latin America are poorly paid, undertrained and, quote, vulnerable to threats, which when dealing with organized crime structures can extend beyond the prison walls. In practice, this means guards who refuse to assist criminal bosses risk the lives of themselves and their families. There are numerous instances of guards who refuse to facilitate corruption being subject to reprisals outside of the prisons. The real thing is, being in prison for them is usually more safe than being on the outside, since prisons are mostly separated by gangs, so they have no competition in jail and no one is able to get them from the outside, so they're safe. And only when they get extradited to the US has it been effective and stopped them from actually being able to scheme things from inside the prison walls, and that's pretty embarrassing. But I think it's finally time I tell you about the new businesses the cartels have been venturing into, because this is pretty ridiculous. And I'm not kidding when I say tortillas, limes, and avocados. Yeah, so it turns out that 20,000 tortilla shops have been extorted, which is around 15% of the total amount of tortillerias in the country. Then there's the limes. Just look at this headline. Quote, Mexico sends 660 soldiers, National Guard, to protect lime growers suffering extortion by cartels. I don't think I need to add much to that story. That's insane. And the avocados as well, where farmers are forced to pay protection fees by the cartels. It's crazy. The cartels are ruthlessly trying to expand operations into whatever industry they can lay their hands on. But while drug trafficking remains their primary revenue source, and these new ones are also generating some revenue, human trafficking is their next biggest money driver, as it alone generates, get this, an estimated $13 billion annually, which is a 2,500% increase from the $500 million earned in 2018. It just goes to show, the cartel will do anything to get more money, power, and influence. There's no telling how bad things could get, but right now, the cartels are only growing their presence. But that's it for this video. I just want to quickly say it's very likely this video will either get demonetized or YouTube will significantly limit the ads on this video due to the topic. So if you are interested in cool maps like the one I have behind me, this is one of New York City, by the way. I've made a premium map store called Map Studios where I sell maps like this one behind me, and I've made a lot of other maps that you can check out if you want, and I've made it so that you guys can get a 20% discount on the store on anything. Just use the code OBF at checkout. So if you want to support the channel and get a cool new map for your wall, check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair?
When you decide to step up to this kind of play, this kind of fun, this kind of experience.
Holy! Hey guys! Let the games begin.
Nintendo Switch 2.
For years, the most violent armed conflict taking place in the Western Hemisphere has been raging like an inferno across Mexico, consisting of various different cartel factions all vying against one another for power, influence, and the control of lucrative narcotics trade routes and markets in the United States. This war within Mexico between the cartels and against the Mexican government has claimed the lives of around 400,000 people through violent crime-related homicides and disappearances since it began in 2006. While the fentanyl and methamphetamine that they've been smuggling across the border have been ravaging America's streets and fueling the US opioid epidemic, where more than 250,000 other people have died from fentanyl overdoses alone just since 2018. The numbers of fentanyl overdose deaths in the US have been rising almost every single year since 2012, to the point where they were 27 times higher in 2022 than a decade previously in 2012. And despite the vast majority of illicit fentanyl originating from labs outside of the country and entering the US by being smuggled by cartels across the border, and despite the fact that the Mexican government has already been officially at war with the cartels ever since 2006, the prospect of the US military stepping in and taking direct action against the cartels in Mexico themselves always seemed like a fringe idea or something out of a movie for years. But over the past few months, with Donald Trump back in office again, that once fringe idea of sending the US military off to its next war with the Mexican cartels across the border has been becoming increasingly more mainstream and plausible. According to a memoir that was written by Mark Esper, Trump's Secretary of Defense during his first term, Trump allegedly asked him privately in 2020 if it would have been possible for the US military to fire missiles at cartel-run drug labs in Mexico and then deny all US responsibility for the attacks afterwards. Trump himself has denied that this interaction ever took place at all. But the rhetoric from him and other Republicans since then on going after the cartels and crushing their fentanyl operations has only grown in fervor. In March of 2023, a group of 4 American tourists who were mistaken for Haitian smugglers by Mexico's Gulf cartel in the border town of Matamoros were kidnapped and 2 of them were murdered. Even after the cartel apprehended the men who were allegedly responsible and turned them over to authorities and apologized profusely, the incident sparked an uproar in the United States and led to Republican Senator Lindsey Graham saying that he would introduce legislation to lay the groundwork for the Biden administration to deploy U.S. military force against the Mexican cartels. Something that Mexico's then president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, better known by his initials as AMLO, rejected on the basis that it would have been a violation of Mexico's sovereignty. But since AMLO left office in Mexico in late 2024 and his political successor Claudia Sheinbaum assumed office, the US has been steadily moving the pieces into place to confront the cartels more directly anyway. Shortly after taking office in October of 2024, President Sheinbaum secretly began allowing the CIA for the first time to start running covert surveillance drone flights over Mexican airspace and territory. The extent of this secret CIA surveillance drone program over Mexico wasn't revealed for several more months until an article was released about the program by the New York Times in February of 2025. While not given any authorization to use lethal force, at least for now, the CIA drones have been busy hunting for cartel-run fentanyl labs across Mexican territory instead, whose intelligence is then passed on to Mexican authorities and likely kept by the US for potential future operations. Since returning back to office again, Trump has ordered an increase in the numbers of these CIA reconnaissance drone flights that are taking place over Mexico, while he's also ordered the US military to step up its own separate surveillance flights along the southern border and along Mexico's Pacific coast. Unlike the CIA, the US military does not yet have formal permission to utilize Mexican airspace, but that hasn't stopped the Trump administration from using the military to acquire intelligence on the cartels anyway. Since Trump returned to office, the US military has conducted more than 24 known surveillance flights along the southern border, using a variety of spy planes and drones. Well, in early February, a US Air Force RC-135V rivet joint reconnaissance aircraft carefully threaded the needle of international waters and airspace to fly deep within the Gulf of California, directly by the Mexican state of Sinaloa, home to one of Mexico's largest and most influential cartels, the Sinaloa cartel. These increased surveillance flights under the Trump administration appear to be gathering intelligence and acquiring targets for potential future attacks, while the Trump administration has also been further laying groundwork for attacks in other ways as well. Trump's pick for the U.S. ambassador to Mexico during this administration is a man named Ronald Johnson, a former Green Beret and a veteran CIA officer with more than 20 years of prior experience leading sensitive paramilitary operations. A pick that suggests the Trump administration's coming posture towards Mexico and the cartels. Between February and March of 2025, the Trump administration sent a detachment of the Green Berets to the Luis Carpizo Naval Facility in the Mexican state of Campeche to conduct joint training exercises with Mexico's elite naval Marine Corps. While on the 20th of February, the Trump administration took the unprecedented step of formally designating